Yeah, most people would think, if we're talking about becoming your own banker, well, then you better go sign up for a charter and get comfortable because it's going to be a while.
Waiting in line for the commissioner.
Yeah. Maybe make some side payments to
under the table,
the public servants. Yeah. And he walks through everything that would entail. You have to get all sorts of capital, meet all these various regulations. And, it's important to understand that that's really not what we're talking about. To become your own banker, to take control of the flow of money in your life, you don't actually have to start a real bank. That's not what we're talking about. And so oftentimes when people talk about becoming your own banker, they use the scare quotes, because we are just talking about the idea of controlling the flow of money through your life. And he does propose an entity that you might use to do it.
He also talks about the First National Bank of Midland, Texas. Mm-hmm. Now remember, banking is the most important business in the world. Banking is the most profitable business in the world. Do you think about that? And he talks about, he tells the story of the First National Bank, Midland, Texas, mm-hmm. the most profitable business in the world, right? The most important business. They had a very successful bank in Midland, Texas, until they started practicing less than honest banking. The directors taking out all the loans, not paying them back. Then, the depositors, they get a little scary and they run on the bank and it collapses. They ruined a very good bank. Mm-hmm. Right? Absolutely not. We don't have to. And why would you even want to start a bank in the traditional sense? There's a much easier way. And it's with the use of a dividend-paying life insurance policy issued by a mutual company. Mm-hmm. It has all the characteristics that are required to get into the banking business.
Yeah, and there's a couple pieces there that you might remember from the grocery store example. Nelson is again setting up all of the initial startup costs associated with getting into a particular business. This time within the banking business. All of both in terms of the time and the money and the other people, the services that need to be provided to make for a good banking entity. And so that as we'll see later as well, that's going to be a piece of starting your own banking operation, because when you go to control money as it flows through your life as well. And then you mentioned theft as well. The directors, the owners of the bank, the people who were in control of the bank were stealing by not repaying loans. Very similar. I'll just point out for the viewer, for the reader, that that's the same thing as stealing the can of peas, as shopping at your own grocery store and stealing the can of peas. Eventually, you will drive your business into the ground, which is exactly what happened with First National. And then you mentioned the use of the dividend-paying whole life insurance policy. And in the next section, Nelson will get into it, but he gives the reader a sort of example, a way to think about how we can talk about banking and life insurance at the same time. It might seem kind of weird. Why would we use life insurance to take control of the banking function in our life? And Nelson points out that this idea of co-generation, of using a certain kind of business or process that has one purpose for another purpose. He uses the example of the paper mill. Right. How many paper mills are there out there that aren't also generating their own electricity? So if you think about it, just because a certain contract, a certain financial instrument has been used in one sense for one purpose, doesn't always mean that that's the only purpose it can fulfill.
Very good. I don't think I can add anything to that. I don't think I should add anything to that. Other than the paper mill is a good story too, because when's the last time you drove by a paper mill?
I don't know.
Right. A paper mill, look, they make paper, right? You make paper out of wood. Wood comes from trees. Trees come with bark. Bark messes up paper. They got to strip the bark off the tree to make the paper. Well, that's a lot of bark. So every paper mill of any size has a cogeneration plant. They burn the bark, right? Create electricity. Sell it back to the back to the electric
insurance
company.
Yeah.
Back to the insurance company.
I don't know why that story is funny.
It is. And all you have to do is, if you understand what's going on with these insurance plans, then all you have to do is tap into the system. The every characteristic required to get into the banking business exists in properly structured dividend-paying life insurance.
If you found this video helpful, please leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn more about infinite banking, you can watch this video next, or visit our website at bankingwithlife.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.